We have another box back from CGC. It's a 25 book pre-screen. It's lighter than I would like. Let's hope it goes at least a little better than the last one. Maybe it's a little heavier than that one. Anyway, stay tuned on this video from Bronzeville Comics. Hello, panelologists. This is Jim from Bronzeville Comics coming to you with another video. Before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, and check out the description for my eBay store, my email, my whatnot, and my Instagram. So I sent out at the same time two 9.8 pre-screens to CGC, two 25 book orders. The previous video I did of these, I got back 6 out of 25. Hopefully this one's a little bit better. This one's also interesting in that it is all the same title. It was from a recent collection that I got, and I've been getting a lot of 9/8s from that collection. Much higher percentage than I thought it would. There's a lot of books that are pretty minty, so I've just been going through, and the collection is in pretty good order. Going through the long boxes and putting stuff aside. So let's dig into the box. I see the rejects already. At least there's only one box of rejects. But it looks like there's only one big thing of graded books. So I think less than 10, I'm afraid. Okay. Yeah, this is not great. So, all from the same title. The first one is X-Men number 248. Uncanny X-Men 248. This is the first published artwork on the X-Men title of Jim Lee. And I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I had 17 of these as clean in my notes, and 2 of them is clean plus. So, be disappointed to get back 9/8. So, that's a nice book. Again, these all came from the same collection. Next up. This is going to be a quick video, I think. I'm afraid. It's X-Men 222. So that skips down quite a bit. Again, I had a lot of these books as clean. 222. This is just a Sabretooth appearance. Classic cover, Wolverine versus Sabretooth. Mark Silvestri cover art. And for now, these are probably staying in the PC. I'm trying to build a high-grade X-Men collection. There's one book I already have a 9/8. And we'll see. And it's this one. This is the first appearance of Mr. Sinister. So that's one of the better books. I didn't even have that as clean. There was a dot I had to erase on the back cover. I guess it came out okay without disrupting gloss. And we got a 9/8 white pager. That's nice. Up next, 213. I did not have this as clean either. I had actually 2 copies of this. This is just another classic Wolverine Sabretooth cover. Yeah, there's a little... No, maybe not. Removed on bottom. Yeah, it's a clean book. Nice. Yeah, maybe 10, maybe. X-Men 212. Classic Wolverine cover. Barry Windsor Smith. That's a nice one. Actually, I had 2 of those as well, but only got 1 back. 211. I had this as one of the clean pluses. So, the 25th anniversary cover. First full appearance of the Marauders. John Romita Jr. cover. Nice book. 201. This is the first appearance of Baby Cable. The one of the books I had is Clean Plus. Did not come back, if things are somewhat in order. First appearance of Cable as a baby. So, I don't have that in the PC. Oh, 3 more. Okay, not terrible. This is 200. This book was very hot for a minute when there was a reveal prior to, the lead up to the X-Men 97 animated series that Magneto's wearing this hideous costume. Anniversary issue. Nice. X-Men 175. This is the marriage of Scott Summers and Madeline Pryor. Paul Smith, J.R. Jr. cover. I think just one more. Okay, oh, this is an earlier one, at least. 155. First appearance of The Brood. That a Cockrum cover? Yeah. So, how many did we get back? We did a little better than the last one. We only got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Most of these are staying in the PC. I don't think there's anything else, right? There's the rejects. Let's take a look at the rejects. And these are all, like the rest, X-Men books. Some cleanup to do. This is so depressing. Okay. 207. This is Clean Plus. I'm not sure what's wrong with that. 171. There were 2 small ticks on that. Not a huge surprise. 184. Yeah, one of the staples. There's a little bit of give on the staples. I thought it was still a pretty good contender. 199. Had that as clean. 193. The first Firestar. Had that as clean. 173. Yeah, this black cover. Yeah, I can see a couple of small ticks. Sometimes you get away with that, sometimes you don't. 244, first Jubilee. This is clean. Not even seeing anything on it now. I'll have to take another look at that. That has a good chance of being resubmitted. 148, Newsstand. This is clean as well. Just the earlier Newsstand. 241. And that is clean. 235. My notes say clean. Classic cover, 234. I don't see anything on the spine. Maybe a little bit of something at the top. I'll take another look at that. Probably have some resubmissions in this. 229. Yeah, there was a tick on the back cover of that. 223. There is a slight tick on her elbow. But usually, there is the chance with 2 small ticks. And then second copies of each of these. 212, I thought both copies were clean. Maybe slight blunt at the bottom. And 213. I don't know. So we'll take a closer look at all those. Let's take a look at some values. So interestingly, the one book, the most expensive book of the batch in terms of recent sales is 212, which has been selling for higher than 221, the first appearance of Mr. Sinister. which is a little bit odd to me, but you know, Sinister played a big part in X-Men '97. Is that more of a spec book than a Sell Now book? Because that's the one book I do already have in a 9.8. I did have 2 of these and 2 copies of 213. I was hoping to get 2 9.8s, so I'd have 1 to keep and 1 to sell. So that is pretty cool. Yeah, I think maybe just the black cover makes this more difficult in a 9.8. So, again, I thought there were plenty of books in that submission that were pretty clean. I'll have to take a closer look at the rejects and see what's going to get resubmitted. These were all from a fresh collection, so, you know, we'll see. Certainly a little bit disappointing. Then we only got 10 out of 25. Usually you like to get, you know, 2/3 back. What is it? You know, 17 is usually the goal. That didn't happen this time. But some cool X-Men books. And again, I've actually had better success getting 9.8s in a previous submission in the hundreds than in the 200s here. I got a lot of the, you know, post-burn run stuff back in a 9.8 prescreen like a year ago. So it is what it is. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. I know what you're going to say. You know, CGC is a scam. I understand it. You know, I've seen it all before. But the fact of the matter is most of these books are worth, you know, what, maybe $10 raw, you know, some of them are 20. And, you know, in graded condition, they're worth like, you know, most of them $100 to $150. So even you put another 25 in to get it graded, you're rolling the dice with the rejects, right? So anyway, I did the math on it. 10 is kind of the break-even point. So anyway, I'd like to thank you for stopping by. You can take a look at a couple of my other videos here. And this is Jim saying until next time, enjoy your comics.